finally another full-size keyboard. Let's motherfucking go! Hello and welcome to this review of my 8bitdo full-size Famicom and TKL Xbox keyboards. Both were donations from 8bitdo. I've reviewed a different version of the TKL model before, and I've shown it in a bunch of sound tests as well, so I'm not going to do an entire ground-up review with full detail again like I did before. I'm just going to give a bit of background and a general overview, and then mostly focus on what's new here. If you're interested, go check out my review of the NES version or the other videos I did on these boards. So 8bitdo, for those who've never heard of them, are known mainly for doing controllers, which I've heard are excellent, and at some point they started dipping their toes in the retro mechanical keyboard market as well, and I'm pleased to say that these are completely fucking outstanding. 8bitdo is one of my favorite modern keyboard manufacturers, as these look amazing, very tastefully done, they're well made, very reasonably priced, and they sound fantastic. Or in imperial units, like totally bussin', dude. I said earlier that I did a bunch of sound tests with these, for example with ceramic keycaps, metal keycaps, and even wooden keycaps, and the reason for that is that this is the best sounding modern keyboard chassis that I know of. The case is roomy and plastic and devoid of foam and other such bullshit, and as a result this greatly amplifies the typing sound. Thankfully, they chose an excellent switch to make the best use of this, Kailh BOX White, which is a very nice, clean, crisp, clicky sound that fits fantastically with this guitar-like case. It's a hot swap chassis, of course, so you can also stick something else in it, but personally, I highly approve of this choice. The Xbox One uses Kailh BOX Jellyfish switches instead, which are quite similar, except the housing on them is completely transparent, presumably because of the backlight on this model, which might be useful to restate the other models don't have. I warmly welcomed the opportunity to review this, as I normally get sent an imperial buttload of 75%, 60%, and the occasional TKL if I get lucky, so to test out a proper, fully spaced, no-nonsense, full-size keyboard again was a sigh of relief on my part. I mean, I like reviewing those smaller keyboards as well, of course, if they're interesting, and to each their own, of course, but personally I was really happy having some testing time with a board that has all the buttons I expect to be there, and I'm happy that other full-size users can now experience this keyboard too. So far they only have this in NES and Famicom theme, and as I haven't shown the Famicom one yet, I figured this would be the natural choice for this video. I hope they make full-size versions of the other ones too. By the way, in addition to the numpad, of course, the full-size version also gets these 4 keys at the top here. I really like the cream, maroon and black color scheme that they went with. It's really gorgeous, better than it looks like in the pictures. And I love the Japanese sublettering here as well. These caps are cubic spherical, by the way, though the edges are very soft. And the caps have a very nice texture. They're die-sub and reverse die-sub PBT, by the way. The Xbox version is super spot on. If you're familiar with the original Xbox, you could get it in this transparent green style as well, and even the cable, which was very distinctive, looks near enough identical to one of the original cables. Honestly, it's really well done. The way the glazed over colored arrow keys look too, it shows these guys really knew what they were doing. These caps are ABS, presumably as it's not as easy to do the whole colored transparent thing with PBT, but as a result they sound even fuller and bassier than the PBT ones. I really love this thing, and like I said, I hope they do a full size of this as well, and the C64 version too. Both come with their own themed version of the 2-button macro pad, which is daisy-chained into the keyboard. These are really satisfying, and you can probably also use these as foot switches if you wanted to. Very nice. There's also themed mice you can get, and even joysticks, and numpad/calculators, which I also praised into high heaven. The Xbox version is a bit more expensive than the other TKLs, presumably because of the addition of the aforementioned backlighting, at $120, which is also the price of the full-size Fami as it happens, though this one is currently discounted at the time of writing to $92, which is a great price. I highly recommend these, definitely worth the dosh. If you like clicky keyboards with good sound, or just a really good looking retro keyboard done well, these are for you. I know this verdict is positive to the point of sounding saccharine, but honestly, I like absolutely everything about these. A lot. On a final note, please 8bitdo, please make a full size with an integrated calculator in it, like a Focus keyboard. You're nearly there, you just need to add 2 plus 2 together. Please, I need this in my life. That's it for this review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and following is a typing demonstration of me typing on both of these keyboards.